International Business Wales has been taking advice from its partners in the British embassies around Latin America, and they believe this is the time to get our companies in there. They've seen what we've managed to do in Washington and in the States last year, and they believe it's, we're tooled up for the job, so that's where we're going.
There definitely are opportunities. I mean, as an example, our forecast for next year is that absolutely every country in Latin America will be growing. The economies will be growing. The one that will be growing the least is Venezuela at 1%, and the ones that will be growing the most are Argentina and Colombia at 3.7%. So that's something that Welsh companies should take advantage of. Very large economies. Brazil and Mexico are amongst the top 10 economies in the world. Argentina is the 22nd, and others follow from there on. And they're all growing. So lots of opportunities for everyone, and in very different fields, depending on the countries, but even within the same country.
The first thing that Welsh companies have to bear in mind is that it's a new market for them. There are very few Welsh companies that are trading in Latin America. So the first message is that it's a promising and huge, potentially very large market. Welsh companies that are already successful in any modern economy will find opportunities wherever they look in the major economies of Latin America.
It varies a lot. It goes from food, drinks, tea, to advanced engineering, to vehicles, to chemicals, to pharmaceutical products. It really is very varied. Today we were discussing fish farming with a company based here in Wales, for example, who are already operating in the region and are now looking at prospects from Argentina. We've been discussing services like translation services. So it really is all across the board.
We've requested from the British embassies that they try to help open as many doors as possible in their particular country. We've told them what we did in Washington DC, and they've already started to respond by saying they can open doors to Embraer, to JKN in Mexico, to Bombardier, and other companies, and in Chile, mining companies, Rio Tinto, I think the company's called, on the mining side. So there's a lot of opportunity, and they're prepared to help us get access to those companies.
Brazil, we all know, will host the World Cup in 2014, the FIFA World Cup, and in 2016 Rio has the Olympic Games. Those are tremendous opportunities for Brazil, for the rest of Latin America, but the dates are fixed, and these are global events where Brazil, all eyes are on Brazil, and they're looking to the UK. They've said as much to us. They look to the UK for expertise in stadium design, but not only that, in the mass transport systems, making a game successful, the legacy aspect, the commercial use of the venue after the events, everything that makes the London 2012 bid a great success, and the games themselves a great success. Those are the areas in which Welsh companies will find success and eager potential partners in Brazil.
Well, I'm delighted that we've been able to have confirmation of the ongoing funding from IBW for the next 2 years, which will be excellent in helping us financially expand our activities. It's going to be centred really around linking more with IBW and with their trade missions programme, so that there's a focus for people who want to investigate specific markets abroad. And also it's developing our website more, I think. What members want to do at these events is, as well as gain knowledge on markets, they want to network and speak to like people who are exporting themselves, or network more with some of the advisors who come along. And the forum really is meant to give the people opportunity to ask questions and clarify some points, perhaps if they can't attend meetings, and have feedback from the forum and from the association. The next meeting is going to be Canada and USA. That's going to be on the 23rd of March. The venue is still to be decided, but all members and will be advised, and it'll be put in the press as well. That's going to link in with a trade mission later in the year, in 2 or 3 months' time. So hopefully we'll have a representative of IBW at the meeting as well. And it'll just focus on a couple of speakers on Canada and the US, on trading opportunities and tips for doing trade in these countries.